Hello, welcome back to the Speak Your Truth podcast. I'm your host, Jaya Rose. I am a story based online business coach helping highly sensitive people, empaths, coaches, healers, share their message with power and conviction and really be seen in the marketplace. I am excited because I'm going to talk about not only being seen in the marketplace, but seeing in the marketplace, seeing other people and comparing yourself. Have you ever done this? Okay, come on, be honest. We've all done it. It's a human condition to see others. We naturally see ourselves in others as mirrors. And so when we see something in someone else, often that we desire, but we haven't fully admitted to ourselves yet, ooh, that can bring up that comparison. At least for me, that tends to be what happens. I'll see somebody and they're like, just going on about this, success or like ease and this juicy abundance. And I'm like, what is that feeling? What is that feeling? It feels uncomfortable. And then I recognize that it's because there's some part of me that desires that, but I'm blocking it or pushing it away and it's not fully actualized. Now, I think there can be many reasons that we compare ourselves to others, but I just kind of want to normalize it and say, it's normal. Welcome to the club. And guess what else it means? You're moving forward in your life and you're seeing things in a new way. I usually take it as a sign like that. Like, hey, that means this is something that's available to me. And what if that's all it is? What if it's a sign that something is available to you? It's an evidence and a representation of a whole dimension or world that is here already and that you're opening up to and becoming a match for. And yet you're not fully in it yet. It's not actualized yet. And so you feel uncomfortable because it's friction, it's tension. These are just natural laws of the universe to have that polarity and that contrast. So maybe this is helpful. There you go. This is the whole podcast. Bye. But I want to talk about it specifically in terms of visibility because as humans, we're always avoiding uncomfortable feelings, right? We're going away from pain. We're going towards pleasure. And if you are afraid of your own feelings around comparison or you're getting triggered a lot by it, it's going to be a lot easier to put resistance or a roadblock up for your visibility. I think getting really clear about what it is that's keeping you from what you want. And I don't really buy into the whole blocks. I don't really like block because that feels like really certain and solid. I don't think it is. I think it's energy. I think it's patterns of energy, patterns of thought that turn to belief that become sort of crystallized and we identify those as who we are. That's not really who you are. It's not really who you are. It's who you've been. It's who you are identified as. Seeing these identifications clearly, and again, not as blocks, but as resistances or as obstructions, ultimately, things that are just in the way of showing up in the way we really want to. It's really helpful. So how does it feel for you when you think about being more visible? And it doesn't matter if you're at the very beginning, like you're like, I've never even been on video, or you're like, I have a huge following and the next level of visibility is actually being more vulnerable because that's what happens. Or maybe it's about being on TV. Like there are all these different layers. And I will tell you from experience that each layer asks us to meet ourselves where we are, to identify who we're being and be clear about whether or not that's actually serving who we're becoming. Every layer is going to ask us that. So that's what to get good at, right? You don't need to get good at being freaked out and frightened and doing it anyway. Not as much, because if you take the time to really ask yourself the questions like, what is this for me? Why do I have this pattern? Where does this pattern come from? Why am I wanting to keep myself safe? What am I afraid of? Why do I feel unsafe in visibility? And we get clear on how we are functioning and identifying ourselves, then we get to decide, right? We really take our power back and we say, oh, well, I have a choice now. I have a choice. And it shifts. Does it mean it changes overnight? Absolutely not. Does it mean you won't have any fear in taking action? No. But you will have more understanding and more awareness around what those big feelings are for you. And that is the key. That is the key to shifting, is the awareness, always. If you're willing to do that work, then you don't have to do the work of like forcing yourself to do something that feels like you might die if you do it. In other words, there isn't just one way to do it. You don't have to force yourself through it, but also like you don't have to just hang back and just wait for it to feel perfect for you, because maybe that won't happen. It really truly is always about meeting yourself where you are. But I see a lot of people who leverage the feminine attraction and that like magnetism piece through pleasure and through flow. I see a lot of that messaging in the online space. And there's this whole message that like, oh, all you have to do is just like enjoy yourself and have sex more and be in pleasure. And then it's going to make it easy for you to make money or be seen or have the success you want. And I don't negate that. I think that they're authentic in what they're saying. And I think that's true for them. And I also want to point out that there will be work done on anything in any context. So if the whole thing is like only feminine, like leverage the laws of the universe, be in flow, be in high vibration, attract what you want, there's going to be work in that. And that work is working through your resistance, working through your beliefs, being super aware of yourself, having habits that support your vibration. That's all work. Right? It's all focus. If you just say like work is focus, that's kind of how I use the word work. It's just like whatever you're focusing on. And but it's sort of like left out of the message. Like, oh, it's just ease and right. But for a lot of people, it takes a lot of focus to allow yourself to be in ease. For a lot of people, it takes a lot of focus to allow yourself to receive, to see yourself where you are and see a possibility of where you could go and who you could be. That takes focus. So whether you want to do it on the front end of like, I'm going to hustle to make this happen and I'm going to work really hard and sweat, blood and tears, or you want to do the work, the inner work, it all equals, I mean, it can equal success. Like there is no doubt that success can come from hustle and drive. And there is no doubt that success can come from flow and energetic frequency. Fully believe that. I think that for me personally, my intention is both. Because I don't have the time and space to be in total flow energy all the time. I don't, because I have a 7-year-old and a puppy and like responsibilities. And sometimes I'm not just like at a spa taking care of myself only, and life creeps in and I get anxiety and I feel overwhelmed, and I don't judge myself for those things. And therefore, I'm also focused on like strategy and what are the actions I'm going to take today, because those things move you forward as well. But my point in all of this is that it works the same with getting through your fears of visibility and showing up really powerfully, because you can just force yourself to do it, which is sort of that like more masculine hustle mentality. And right. And it's like uncomfortable. And then you're like, oh, I don't like this. Or you could do the work on the inside to meet yourself where you are, uncover what you're believing about yourself, uncover why you think it's safer to stay on the sidelines, and then move forward and take the action. And yes, we still need to take the action, but it really is more of like a balanced masculine, feminine way of business, which is my preferred method. And it's just what comes naturally for me. But I know there are a lot of people who have resistance to the whole like flow and just manifest it. And then there are a lot of people who have resistance to the I'm just going to work hard and make 5,000 pieces of content a day and put yourself out there. And it's like, well, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be one or the other. There is a place in between that leverages healing and truth and inspired action and doing things that scare you and having a larger why than your fear. We can borrow from whatever we want to borrow from in the way that it serves us to do so. Period. Like, isn't that just liberating? Like, you get to do it your own way. You get to show up however you want to and do it like your process gets to be your own. But if I'm being your coach, you don't get to just not show up. Like, that's not on the table. I wouldn't know why you're listening to this podcast if that would be on the table. And I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for it because I really believe in the transformation of showing up for your purpose, for showing up in service to others, and the healing that happens when you're willing to do that and then share your stories and be authentic and be powerful and have an awesome business. But oh my gosh, there's just so much goodness, and it's what I'm here to do. So I want to share with you actually an amazing opportunity. I opened up a new program last week called Supercharger Client Attraction on TikTok. And it's a 6-week group coaching program that I go really in depth with helping you. There is some learning because it just depends on where you're at with TikTok, but there are some structures and learning things. But mostly it's more of like a mastermind where I'm going to be looking at your content. I'm going to give you feedback. I'm going to coach you about your videos and your message and teach you a really awesome content creation map that can help you attract clients, like how to actually speak directly to your soul fans so they become dream paying clients. That is what it's going to be. 6 weeks. Basically, you're going to come spend the summer with me and we are going to rock your TikTok. Because if you're not, why not? It is a huge, huge open opportunity for you to be sharing your message and attracting clients. So simple. So simple. And I don't want you to have to figure it out. I don't want you to have to throw spaghetti at the wall or feel scared. Like if you're not even on TikTok yet, like, oh, how do I even do any of it? I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about getting on TikTok, making videos, having a chance to go viral, from everything about it. And there's just no reason that you have to waste your time trying to figure all of that out. And then also have the feedback, because here's the thing. You're going to get feedback no matter what, but it's much easier and more efficient if you get feedback from a pro, from somebody who's done it, had success doing it, and can teach you how to get there a lot faster. There's just no reason why you need to be making videos that you don't feel confident about and aren't really moving you forward and moving your mission forward and making you money. There's no reason, because I will show you exactly how to do it and I will help you specifically. And I will just say this is not something I offer regularly. I have my 6-month brand academy, which is opening this summer. We're going to be starting in the fall. And that is a 6-month small group, very small peer groups of coaching. So it's very intimate and we work through a lot of pieces of your business, storytelling, marketing, creating a signature offer, launching sales, all of it. It's more in depth. And that's awesome. If you want to know more about that, you're welcome to send me a message on my website. But This is like a wham bam, let's get in there, let's do the thing, and really just have you in a position where you're growing your audience, you're attracting the right people to you, you're making a bigger impact, and you're ultimately attracting dream clients who pay you and who help you move your mission forward because they're going to talk about you in a good way. They're going to give you testimonials. Like, it's just so good. So if you want info about it, it is starting on July 14th. I'll put the link below. It's thejayarose.com/TikTok dash attraction. thejayarose.com/TikTok dash attraction. And you can get enrolled there. You don't need to do a call with me or anything. And there is a little link at the bottom where if you want to message me, you can message me on Facebook and we can chat to see if it's a good fit for you. If you have any questions, I don't want anything to hold you back from diving in, saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your message, your mission, and your business, and really getting out there and supercharging your client attraction on TikTok. Like, let's do it. So I'm excited about that. Make sure to check out the link below or go to that link that I just said, which is thejayarose.com/TikTok dash attraction. So I hope this was helpful for you. The moral of the story is we need to get out of our own way. We need to show up powerfully for our mission, and it needs to be done how you need it to be done, in the way that works for you, and whatever works. Whatever works. Like, do it and meet yourself where you are. All right? So much love to you. Please do screenshot this. If you have anybody who you think it would benefit, share it with them. Put the screenshot up in your Instagram stories and tag me with Jaya Rose. And I would just love to share that into my stories, give you a shout out, and say thank you for that. Because I love sharing this message and it means so much to me if you would share it with me. Okay? So much love. We'll talk next week.